This video is made possible by my patrons on Patreon. Hello everyone, my name is Ziamaro and welcome to Battlerite Sage. So today I want to talk a little bit about the Battlerite Pro scene, and more specifically the upcoming season of BPL. This is something that I'm really interested in, and if you're looking to get better at the game, you should probably be interested in it too. So first off, this season is a little bit of an in-between season. The regional games will go just as they did last time, only this time there won't be an international LAN final. The main thing that teams are fighting for this season is keeping a place in BPL. And here's the interesting part if you're aspiring to play in BPL. The bottom team from each group in BPL can potentially be replaced by a team from Rising Stars, which is a completely open tournament. Stunlock actually made a short video explaining this format just before Season 1, and apart from the LAN finals, Season 2 of BPL will work much the same way. If you're disappointed about the lack of international finals, don't worry. The LAN finals will be back for Season 3 of BPL at Dreamhack Winter, and I might be attending, so you can expect to see some coverage of the event from me. But that's a while off yet. Let's get back to this season. So let's talk about what will make this season different from the last one. So first off, the big one, champ bans. This was actually announced a few weeks ago, and I did do a video specifically about that, so I'll leave a card for you if you're interested to hear more. The interesting thing with champ bans is that each team gets 2 bans. When a team bans, it only bans the champion for the other team. So if you ban Shifu, you can still play Shifu. The first ban happens before either team has picked anything. This ban will most likely be, well, anything that is seen as too strong, or if there are no champions that are universally seen as too strong, then teams will most likely ban a champion that they know the opposing team is good with. For example, maybe you'd ban Shifu against Skywind. After that, each team picks their first 2 champions, and then they're able to make a second ban before the last pick. This will be the interesting one. The placement of this ban will be a big game changer, I think. It means that if one team notices the other is going for a particular comp, they can ban a champion that would go well with it. This creates some interesting mind games in the pick phase. On one hand, you could pick your slightly more generic champions as your first 2 picks. Let's say you pick Paloma and Ashka first. From here, you could take Varesh for a battleship comp, you could take Thorn or Bako for a setup and burst comp, and your opponent may not know who to ban. The only problem with doing it this way is that it allows your opponent to shape your comp somewhat. Say your opponent wants to pick Thorn. Thorn can be pretty rough into battleship comp, so they could deny the comp by banning Varesh. So the second strategy teams could take is to pick the linchpin champions first. You're completely showing your hand by doing it, but it prevents your opponent from shaping your comp. With the same example, if you take Paloma and Varesh first, instantly you're set up for battleship comp. You can chuck in a bunch of different ranged champions last, and it'll still work. The opponent will struggle to ban anything that will prevent the comp. Obviously, battleship comp doesn't really come up that often. It's just the first weird strategy I could think of. The other weird strategy that could get screwed by this is the Red Canids double support comp. But honestly, that comp has already been nerfed with the latest patch, thanks to the weakened stacking changes. So, what comps might we see? Personally, I think the NA scene will be most interesting when it comes to comps. While EU teams will try out weird stuff in their scrims, unless it goes really well, EU teams do have a tendency to pick safe comps in real games. NA, on the other hand, have no qualms bringing a recently buffed champion straight into a serious game. So I think in that respect, NA will be the region to watch for crazy comps. But having said that, I think a lot of European teams had it in their heads that their way was superior. But as we saw in the finals of Season 1, NA's approach is totally viable, to the point where an NA team actually won the whole damn thing. So here's hoping EU takes a leaf out of NA's book, and maybe we'll see some crazy stuff from EU too. Due to the recent changes, I get a strong feeling that we'll see some Shifu, Raigon, Ulrich and Jade from at least 1 or 2 teams. Why? Well, all of them receive buffs, or changes anyway. And as I said, NA teams in particular are really great for trying out new stuff. Of course, Shifu's changes are kind of a mixed bag. He's not strictly been buffed, but I still think we'll see him a bit. As for the teams with a safer approach, I think it's a safe bet to say that we'll see a lot of Ashka, Thorn and Bako. All 3 of them were already pretty strong. Ashka hasn't received any noteworthy changes since the last season, and he was already quite popular, while Thorn and Bako were already in an okay state, and they've actually received buffs in the latest patch. Okay, again, Bako's changes are a mixed bag, but I still think he fared well in the 1.7 patch. As for South America, don't worry, I didn't forget South America. Apart from Red Canids, who are probably the most bizarre team on the planet, South American teams have a tendency towards being power gamers. They like to take every little advantage they can get, so you can count on South America to just pick whatever champions are most powerful in this patch. Having said that, I'm not saying he's the most powerful melee in 1.7, but I get the feeling that the new changes to Raigon are going to be right up most SA teams' streets. And I don't know why, but I feel like Jade and Varesh might make an appearance too. Now, unfortunately, I'm just not that well versed on the Korean scene. However, one thing I will say is that I'm super excited to see Clarinet's Paloma make another appearance. That guy's mouse wands are like homing missiles. So, tell me guys, what are your predictions for BPL Season 2? I know there are a few BPL players who watch from time to time, so in particular, I'd love to hear from some of you. I imagine you're all busy scrimming for your upcoming matches, so is there anything that you think might surprise the viewers? I'd love to hear what you guys think of the latest patch and the changes to the BPL format, so feel free to let me know down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please feel free to subscribe for more Battlerite guides, news, and discussion. If you'd like to help support the channel and get some unique rewards, then head over to patreon.com/battleritesage. And don't forget to check out twitch.tv/battleritesage. Until next time, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.